5th of April, 2012, this is Capital FM Online TV News. In the headlines, residents of Umoja 3 estate left homeless after demolitions. Embakasi MP Waititu denies 2010 incitement charge in court. And government issues landslide alert following heavy rains. Good evening, I'm Charles Gishane. Embakasi MP Ferdinand Waititu this morning was charged in a Nairobi court for allegedly inciting members of the public to cause violence. The Water Assistant Minister, who once again found himself on the wrong side of the law this morning after he was arrested for trying to stop demolition of houses in his Embakasi constituency, was charged with a similar offense that occurred in December last year. He was accused of inciting his constituents to oppose evictions from KPA slums in Embakasi. The MP was accompanied by his colleagues Mike Sonko of Makadara and Yusuf Ahmed of Kamukunji. Waititu's trial has been set for May 3rd. Meanwhile, residents of Umoja 3 woke up to a rude shock this morning following demolitions of their houses by bulldozers. Those affected say they had not been notified about the demolitions. Daniel Kirima, one of the landlords, says he bought his piece of land 4 years ago. Police said that 3 private developers were behind the demolitions.
Kakuja tukapata watu wanabomoa. Sasa ndio nashindwa serikali, kwani hakuna sheria ya mtu kupatiwa mtu notice. Najua mpaka inabindi hata MP venye wamemshika ni makosa, sababu ingefaa alikuwa anauliza kwa nini hawakutupatia notice. Tungeitwa wote watu wenye manyumba landlords, then tukuje tukae chini watueleteze watupatie notice, ndio then tukubali nyumba wamolemele ama tutayarishe tubomoe nyumba polepole tutoe mawe zetu tuende.
The government has issued a landslide alert in several parts of the country following the onset of the long rains. Special Programs Permanent Secretary Andrew Mondal says there's a high likelihood of flooding, landslides, and lightning occurring in the river basins of Nzoia, Nyando, Yala, and Galana. He says this could lead to the possible displacement of people in the affected areas. The public has also been urged to take precaution in parts of Western, Nyanza, the Central Rift, and the South Rift areas. The alert was issued as President Mwai Kibaki ordered that preventive measures be taken to avoid such disasters, especially now that the long rains have begun in many parts of the country. He also directed relevant government agencies to avoid excessive red tape and bureaucracy and make necessary equipment available in times of emergencies. Meanwhile, following the Mathare 4A disaster that claimed 8 lives yesterday, an emergency meeting was called at the Prime Minister's office to discuss the status of the disaster and evaluate the required humanitarian assistance. The meeting resolved that the committee that had handled the Sinai fire be reactivated to immediately handle the disaster. That does it for our top stories of the day. Thanks for joining us. I'm Charles Gishane.